A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday, the day that we're going to race on the Grosse Prize von Österreich. We race in Austria today, and things are looking good for the championship. It says that it is light cloudy. Well, I can tell you it is definitely raining here in the pit lane. We drive on Austria, like I said. We have 3 DRS zones, so expect a lot of overtaking if the weather lets it by. We need to see that. Let's see if that also counts for the drivers, as they are now ready to go qualifying. It's an exciting day, actually. There are a few things that can happen. For example, Grovey can take the championship today if she finishes first and if she gets the fastest lap. But if she does so, Luke, aka Snoozy, needs to finish in outside of the points. If he doesn't do that, then there is no championship for Grovey yet. Few changes also around. We have, for example, Fico in the Mercedes today. He's replacing Sami Kara. We also have Rimox in the Ferrari. He's replacing Nitsen. And Dan Edwin in the Aston Martin for KSK. Should be an exciting race as you see the people leaving the pit lane. We are on an outlap here from Andre, and it's quite wet actually. Not sure what the broadcast is for the rest of the race, but full wet tires are fitted here, and I guess with most of the cars, yes indeed. So people to look at, well, we definitely need to take into account Luka Jovic, who won the last few races. Fico, not to forget, brilliant driver. We need Tommy in that top 5 at least. I expect him to be there. And we need to look at the girl who leads the championship right now, who is actually on Inters. Okay. Very interesting here. What is Luke doing? Well, Luke isn't doing anything because he has a qualifying ban. So he will not be in action during the qualifying. We're gonna look for the first lap of Grovey. And we're on board with her now. On the intermediate tires, has some traffic. Everyone is stepping aside, nice and clean here. Bringing at the correct time, needs a good exit now. A little bit of a slide here. She comes away as Charles Leclerc sets the first lap, the 1:18, the time to beat. And there is yellow for the Aston Martin here. From Dan Edwin. Spun round. Wagdy, meanwhile, sets a 1:59. We want to see Grovey. Where does she end up? First lap seems not that bad. People are crossing the line now. We have Luca, who sets a 1:14.8. Can Grovey get underneath that? That is the question. Tommy can. Tommy with a 14.4, not bad at all. And Grovey does the same. 14.4. Look at that. Takuro then. Next across the line should be Ovek, but he seems to be not on a lap. Haylord is on a lap. Let's see what he can do here. As he crosses the line to take P6, 16.2 for him. And Takuro, there we go, 15.1 for him. Top 3. He's within 4/10. Not bad at all. We have another yellow flag. Taylor is just going for it again. Back to first. But to come back, Grovey is on the intermediate tire, which means that it is faster. So I expect actually that the rest is watching as Stainsy goes for it again. Is also doubting that the intermediate tires would be better. Oh, Daisy has a slide here. I think he is going for it now. At least he should be. Let's see what he can do. FICO fits the Mercedes between the Grovey and Tommy with a 1:14.4 as well. Only 300ths of a second between them. Unbelievable. Oh, and Tainty here gets some traffic. The Ferrari gets out of his way. And the AlphaTauri and the Alpine in front of him. AlphaTauri goes out of the way as well. But Tainty, this has to be better than this. And the 118 is not good enough. Definitely not. If you want to drive minimal P10, 165 is now the time to beat for that. We have a yellow flag again. There we go, I was looking for that data. As Luca sets the new fastest lap of the race at 1:14.1, and what I told you, Tainsi is going in and goes for the intermediate tire. He thinks we're ready for it, and I'm ready for it. As Plong goes over the line to take P7 15.4. Let's see, Tommy. Tommy is also on the intermediate tire. That is good. FICO is on a lap on the intermediate tire. In front of him is Grovey. FICO gets a really good exit out of here. And Luca is setting a new fastest lap. Or did he? We know that he is on a lap right now with Grovey behind him. Well, I don't think he is on a lap. He's going very slowly. Grovey, however, is on a lap. He now crosses the line. 15.2, 8/10. That's a lot. But FICO also wasn't on a lap right now. We have some people who haven't set a lap yet, which is Hardy out on the wet tires. I don't think that's a really good idea either. Hardy. Dan Edwin is on the intermediate tires, but did invalidate his lap, so he needs to start over again. A few people now outside. As Charles Leclerc, as Matthijs actually goes in the 113s for the first time. There we go. And Charles Leclerc, now can he beat that? He is only 300ths up from his own time, but he needs to beat the 310s. He is behind Matthijs. Question, can he do that? Let's see how Sector 2 turns out. As we cross the line of the Sector 2, he is 10th down of his own lap, which will improve his time actually, but not drive to P1, as Mr. Ben Dixon drives himself into P4 with a 1:14.1. What can Charles do here? He goes to a 14.1. He does not improve his time. The Sector 3 was not good enough. Luca, however, a 10th up from his own time, which will not be enough as well. Well, is somebody... Oh, he almost lost his ear. Somebody improving his time then. What about A-Lord? What about him? Nothing. Does not improve his place. He does improve his time. Ofek is 1.7 seconds up. Wagdy, however. Is this a lap? I guess so. The ERS is draining and draining. What is his time in Sector 1? It is 7/10 up. If he continues to go so, then we have a P11, but he almost loses the car. So that will cost him a lot of time. And I don't think that will be an improvement for him. He just loses the car a little bit too much. He gives it up as well. Understandable. Rymox, yeah. You need to go to the Inters, my boy. Tainsy, now on the intermediate tires. He is 1/10 up of his own time. But that will not be enough. 1:18. It's just too slow for him. However, he sets the purple time in Sector 2. What does this mean for his time then? What can he do here? Crosses the line with a 1:14.3, which makes him P6 right now. Still not good enough, not good enough. Who is in a lap? Well, Zakuro is 2/10 up in Sector 1. I don't think that will be improvement. Charlotte Chair is 1.5 seconds up. That won't be an improvement. Well, Luca is now starting a lap. Let's drive along with him. Oh, he almost loses the car. Will that cost him? Yes, of course. One-tenth. It cost him 1/10. Will he go on? That's the question. He has a good exit. Now, going into turn 4. How much time does he lose us out? Takes the corner. A little bit wide. Has traffic, which goes away very nicely. We can see him shift up quite early. And he's 2/10 up, which means for now a P2 is inside. Can he get more out of this car in Sector 3? Going into turn 8. 1:13.5 for Grovey is the fastest lap right now. But what can Luca do? Can he improve? Yes, he does, but only P2 for him. 13.7. Now, Matthijs is going for it. As Charlotte Chair sets the fastest lap at 13.4. He is flying here. It's so close between the top 5. It's insane. But Matthijs, we've seen him improve. He does not improve in Sector 1. He is 2/10 up. Which is very not enough to go up. Because he needs 2/10 at least to go for that P2. Maybe P1. Tainsy sets the 13.3. What a lap from him then. Wow. And Matthijs half a second up. That will not be enough. However, Blom is pushing this lap. He is 2/10 up on Sector 2. Which means he could be in a P3 position. Which would mean Grovey to go back. Oh, he's cutting him off. Well, why are you doing that, Blom? I think he goes for new tires here. He thinks he can go even faster. Someone in a lap. How about you, Ben Dixon? 2/10 up. Here we have Half a second up. Rimark not doing what he is asked to, but Sakuro drives a 14.2, which is not enough to a top 10 at least. Hardy is setting a 13.8 here. And Sakura retired. Which is unfortunate. On board now with Faiko, who is 7/10 up. What does that mean? Will be a 13.4 in prospect. A little bit of traffic ahead, but that won't bother him. As Grovey now sets the fastest lap at 12.8. But what can Faiko do here then? As he crosses the line, goes second, 13.0. The first, 12.8. 12.5 for Matthijs. Jeez, I'm missing a lot there right now. What about Tainsy? Are you in a lap right now? Tainsy is not in a lap right now, unless, well, sector 2, 30 seconds. He might be. Only 2 minutes to go. Top left corner. Who will take pole position as he almost loses the car? A really strange position. I think he is warming up his tires. He's definitely not in a lap. How about Faiko is not in a lap? Grovey not in a lap. But we want to see them. Luca on an out lap. But first, we go to Tainsy. Tainsy is going for his last lap. Potentially his last lap. What can he do? We have Grovey right behind him. We'll watch her as well. In the bottom right corner, we can see the map. We can see Grovey cross the line together with Matthijs. And behind them is Özkan, who drives a 13.3 for the Red Bull. But first, Tainsy. To the fourth corner here. Brakes at the perfect time. Oh, that's the perfect exit out of that corner. Lovely. How much is he up? If we cross the line of the sector times right here, he's up by half a second. Half a second. What does that mean? Oh, he almost loses the car again. Tainsy is finding the limit here. He crosses the line for the final corner. What does he get? Must have lost time out of that corner, but he improves. And now on board with Grovey. What can she do? Can she take pole position from Matthijs? The answer is yes, she can. With a 12.2. Now, what can Matthijs do? Matthijs is 1/10 up, which will not be enough to take P1 here. Can he improve? Also Ben Dixon on a lap. Charles Leclerc. Meanwhile, Luka Jovic 1:12.0. But Matthijs, what can you do? Improved by half a second in sector 2. Sector 3 is a little bit of a shame. Is Grovey going for it again? No, she isn't. She's 2/10 up. But we have Ben Dixon. Ben Dixon in sector 2. Will he be up? By what margin will he be up? 3/10. 3/10 will not be enough for pole position. Definitely not, as he almost loses the car. Faiko is still behind him. He can take pole position as well. But first we have Ben Dixon, who goes through the last corner here. Keep it between the lines and sets a 1:12.3, which will not be enough. Now Faiko is 2/10 up, which will not be enough as well. Will Luca take his pole position right here? If Faiko crosses the line, goes third fastest, and Grovey behind that. Is Grovey on a lap? No, she isn't. Which means we have the pole position that goes to Luka Jovic. What an amazing lap from him. And top 2 is only separated by 2 thousandths of a second. 5 thousandths of a second. Unbelievable. Which means we have the lineup for today. 5 thousandths of a second between Luca and Ovek. What a race this will be. Fico 2 tenths behind. Then Grovey 2 tenths behind. Then Matthijs 2 tenths behind. 3 tenths for Ben Dixon. P7 Charlotte Chair. Dad Edwin P8. P9 Tainsy in the Red Bull. And P10 in the Red Bull for Özkan. That will be a hard one to take. They have work to do. Hardy in P11. Wagdy P12. Plum P13. P14 Alord in the L. P15 for Andre. P16 Rymox. Screw in P17. Tommy P18. And Luke, of course, all the way behind. It's time to go racing. It's time to see if Luca can keep his lead in the first corner. That will be tight. It is always tight. Ferrari also, they could get their Constructors' Championship, but they need 51 points ahead of Red Bull, 53 of McLaren, but they're not even in the top 10. So I don't think that is going to happen, but miracles exist. It is a little bit rainy, which means there is a chance that it could all go wrong. But let's see what happens here in Austria. As we first, of course, have the formation lap. For us, a good time to look at the standings right now, because, like I said, the driver standings seen here, Grovey 172. She needs that first place, and Luke doesn't need to finish in the top 10 is her hope. But as it stands, well, she's not going to be a champion. She first needs that first position, but anything can happen. If we look at the team standings, yeah, I already said it. Ferrari could take their constructors, but it will be difficult. Ferrari are not even in the points. Red Bull is just in the points, and we have Grovey in P4 with the McLaren. So things are not looking good for Ferrari. We just saw the forecast for the tires. Everyone is on the inters. It seems like we have a rainy race, just like last week and just like the week before. It seems like in this racing league we always have a wet race for some reason. I'm not sure why. As Fico goes wide there. Main thing is, did everyone warm his tires correctly? Do we have a good grid position? Well, Luca is a little bit... Oh, there he goes. Off, I wanted to say. Charles didn't succeed in that. This is the exciting moment. This is the moment that we have all been waiting for all week long. As the Ferrari of Luke goes to his final position, and we wait till the green flag waves and the lights go on. It's Sunday, the 19th of March 2023. Luca has pole position and the lights are out and we are on our way. Luca gets an awful start and Ovek is already beside him. He takes the lead into turn 1. It seems that all goes good into turn 1. Everyone is clear. And Luca retakes the lead as Ovek goes wide into turn 1. Now behind, Fico goes for it. Into the third corner we go. On the inside, he keeps it clean. He keeps the room. Doesn't get it, and we have a yellow flag. Which already is not anymore. As Grovey is looking. Yeah, she doesn't dare yet. But she is close as the Alfa Romeo of Ben Dixon almost crashes into the side pod of Matthijs. It's a good start from Özkan and Tainsy, who started P9 and P11. P9 and P10, sorry. Ben Dixon is looking. Not only Ben Dixon is looking, also FICO is looking, who is 2 tenths behind Ovek. And Luca seems to be clear, and Ben Dixon almost runs into the bodywork of the Alpine. But here, let's look at the top 5. Well, top 5. Everyone from P1 to P10 is in between 1 second. I wanted to say everyone is waiting for the DRS, but yeah, that's a little bit difficult in this weather. As Oskan takes the place from Ben Dixon, something must have happened to Ben Dixon. He is far off the pace right now. And also Rimex seems like he has been in the pit together with Andre. We have an exciting race ahead of us. Tainsy now outside of DRS of Ben Dixon. However, we don't even have DRS. But still. FICO is so close to the back end of Ovek. And Grovey. Grovey needs to go. Luke, however, looking at the championship, Luke already took 6 places. He is already P13. What a flying start he has had. It seems that Grovey cannot keep up this pace. You see that she slowly goes backwards. She was very close to FICO, now already 7 tenths behind. It wouldn't surprise me that soon she is out of the DRS of FICO. Again, we don't have DRS, but still. Let's see. This doesn't do what I want. Yes, this is what I want. Oh, as Uskan, I think he spun. He is in the gravel there. Can he get out? Oh god, what has happened to him? I think he might have lost it. As Ovek now also drops away. What has happened there? Why do I miss this stuff? Oh my god. Ovek needs to start over again, but on the good side, Grovey, P3. She only needs to overtake 2 of the best people off the grid, but I think she can do that. I mean, there is a reason that she is the leader in the championship. Come on, Grovey, you can do this. But what has happened to Ovek, who dropped immediately 12 places? Just as I was just looking at how many places everyone has won. But Ovek is quite fast, so I expect him to be back soon. But Luca keeps his gap. He is driving faster and faster. He wants out of that 1 second. But we all know FICO is fast. Ben Dixon, meanwhile, is still behind the Alpine of Matthijs. They are pretty close to each other. And he has a better exit, it seems like. Oh, but he's not having enough energy. Who is having enough energy is Matthijs, who is looking for a gap with Grovey. She gets a good exit from that corner. There's a yellow flag again. Someone is standing still there. And I think that's Andre. Yes, it is. And it seems like he's done. He can't get out of it. Can we get a safety? Okay, he reset to track. Yeah, that's very realistic. Yeah, we move on. So we have Luca here. Who is 1 second ahead? Oh, there goes Andre. Yeah, oh yeah, Andre otherwise go off the track again. Yeah, why not? I mean, you can do that here. If it were Monaco, you wouldn't survive this, I guess. FICO, meanwhile, within that 1 second again. Question is the rain clearing out? Is there a way that I can see the rain? No, that is not that. It's not that as well. I don't think that there is a way. So I just need to guess. It looks to me like there's a lot of rain as Tainsy overtakes Charles Leclerc, who is right behind him. Why do we get this stupid camera angle? I don't know. He's seen Tainsy, great overtake from him. Meanwhile, Matthijs still on the back of Grovey. How long can she keep this podium position? Anything can happen in the rain. Luke, meanwhile, is P9, which means that if Grovey takes P1, she will not be champion yet. But like you saw, the points are only 2 points between them. Next week, we have the last race, so anything can still happen, of course. Grovey needs to make sure that she just ends up in front of Luke, and Matthijs seems to go for it. Oh, I think they might have touched here. Yeah, that's great camera angle again. He is looking. But not yet. It seems like drying up. At least there's no rain anymore. Okay, I see the spots again. Okay, there wasn't any rain anymore. Now there is. Intermediate tire seems to be the best strategy right now. We have a yellow flag and Rimox retired from the race in the pit lane. Oh, and someone is going off. Is that Andre again? Yeah, of course. Why do I switch to him? I don't know. Is it worth watching him? No, it isn't. Why do we do it? I don't know. Meanwhile, Luca's inside pits. He has decided that it is time. Yep, that is exactly what I wanted to do. Let me see, the tire is on is very interesting. Look at this, we want to see this. Yes, we do. Medium tire, what a gamble is this? Just as I said, it might be time. It might be time, the rain is clearing up. I don't know if that is the case yet, as Grovey and Matthijs are fighting for P3. They're side by side right now. And Matthijs takes the lead of Grovey. He takes P2 as Grovey wants to go around the outside. That is not possible there, Grovey. Don't try it over there. That is dangerous. You need to be alive. What are they doing? Okay, they're both going into the pits. This could be very interesting. Grovey is going behind him as FICO sets the fastest lap of the race. And Tainsy is following. Everyone is following into the pit lane. Grovey is to the intermediate tire. She is not even going to the slick tire. This could be dramatic for Grovey. Meanwhile, Luca, where does he end up? He ends up in P4. Which means virtually he has to lead again. As everyone pits, but is this the right strategy, Grovey? Did you make the right decision? Oh, as she all crashes into Matthijs. Matthijs is gone. The hard compound tire is just not warm enough on a wet circuit. And then, yes, Grovey is going up, but will it be enough? I guess she needs to make this up again, because there's no way that the rain is not stopping. However, FICO keeps setting fastest lap with the intermediate tire. What does that mean? That is also interesting. I mean, we have 20 seconds. 20 seconds behind. Hey, okay, Grovey is in the pits again. I think she made a mistake. I think she wanted the normal tire, but she didn't get it. She made definitely a mistake. Matthijs, meanwhile, is back in P4. But, okay, I thought that someone was lapping. Okay, it's Ben Dixon. Into turn 3 we go. In the inside, he has the inside line. Ben Dixon tries to switch around. The old switcheroo, but Matthijs won't let him. And then is Tainsy, who goes for the inside line in turn 4. Oh, there they goes. He pushes him a little bit wide, but they leave each other enough space. What a fight this has been. We still need 26 laps. It's a close fight. Now, Fico in the pit. He comes out. Where is Luca? That is the question. Where is Luca? He now comes on the line. This is gonna be close. This is gonna be close indeed. Luca, who says the fastest lap in the race. But will that be enough? The answer is no. Fico takes the lead of the race. But his tires are cold. We need to take that into account. Sakura, meanwhile, sets the fastest lap. Scan sets the fastest lap. And you see Fico struggling through that corner. He can't get a good exit yet. Luca is not getting any closer. He's warming up his tires. Tainsy on the hard compound tire. With Charlotte Chair behind him. Very close behind him. Only 2/10. DRS is enabled. We have a fight on our hands. Grovey, meanwhile, all the way back to P15. That is a shame. That is a shame. Oh, and Charles very close to the back of Tainsy there. He wants to get past there. Dan Edwin also very close behind, but they're both on a medium tire. I think Tainsy should just let him go because they need to pit again. That is for sure. And Charles is playing the ultimate game here. He wants the DRS for this straight. He wants to overtake him right here. Does he wait here as well? Is he going for it? He goes around the outside. And he's got him, but Tainsy will get the DRS back and he has a better exit. Tainsy has the better exit. Will he go for it? He will go for it. There he goes. Past Le Chair. Oh, sticks it in the inside, but Tainsy now has the inside for the next corner. Will he make that stick? The answer is no, he backs out of it. Understandable, he's on the hard tires, what would you expect? Now he's on the pressure from Dan Edwin. What can he do? Also, medium tires, as Fico sets the fastest lap of the race and is already 2.5 seconds in front of Luca. Tainsy still with DRS, but he sees the blinking light of Charles in front of him. So he knows that he doesn't have any battery left, which means he is in an advantage here. He wouldn't take it here. Is Dan Edwin going for it? He lets himself known in Tainsy's mirror, as Tainsy gets a much better exit than Dan Edwin. As Luke takes the position. And Dan Edwin is going for it. He sends it and he touches Tainsy on the insides, which means that Tainsy had a little bit of a disbalance here. Normally I would suspect a board radio, but we won't get that in here. He wouldn't be happy about that overtake, I guess. As Fico doesn't seem to care about his tires that much. He sets the fastest lap again. And Sakura now behind Luke. Luke just overtook Sakuro last round, but Sakuro will get the DRS as A-Lord receives a 3-second time penalty. There we go. On the inside again, but will he make it stick? Luke is on the medium tire, is on the hard compound tire, sorry. You see that Sakuro is out of battery. Meanwhile, he has 22% left. On the hard compound tire as we look at Matthijs now and Dan Edwin. It's a nice train over here as we have a yellow flag for, is that Hardy? Yes, it is Hardy. Went off the track, probably a spin. No one around him, I would have wanted to say. Back to the fight with Matthijs. Matthijs, who sees the blinking light of Charles Leclerc. What does that mean? Well, it means that he doesn't have any battery left. So Matthijs knows I can attack him. But the race is long. Still long. We're only lap 15 of 36. As Fico really doesn't care about his tires. I don't know where he gets the pace. But a 1.7 for him on the medium tires. And Luca is already 5 seconds behind him. As Hardy now gets a 3-second time penalty. Well, I think he's a little bit frustrated. P17 for him. Not what he would have expected traveling here. Matthijs now very close into turn 3 goes. So close he could try it in the next corner. But he doesn't. He's keeping it. He wants... I think he's saving his hard tire. Because he knows that if he gets past, Charles Leclerc will go by him again. He just knows that. He wants to play it safe. P3 is best for him. He is 6 seconds behind Luca. And I think he's playing on strategy here. Also, Dan Edwin just follows on the medium tire, but seems like he doesn't really get all out of the tire. As Matthijs is getting closer and closer again, but we saw that last lap as well, as Charles Leclerc's car is still blinking. Matthijs is now very close, and now he must do it. He must do it. What will Charles do? He won't defend. And still Matthijs keeps it behind the Haas. Question is he using any energy? No, he isn't. Oh, as we have a yellow flag of Wagdy. Wagdy is there in turn 4. Must be something that happened to him. Matthijs, who's saving a lot of energy, as he knows that Charles is using a lot of energy. Which means he wants to make it stick. If he goes past, then he wants to stay ahead. Understandable, because on this track, DRS is very close by. We could have it every lap, which means we could have a train. As Tommy gets past here, past Ben Dixon. Will Ben Dixon get him back then? Because Ben Dixon will have the DRS in here. But Tommy has a far better exit out of that corner and he is passed. Then Luke, who is already P8. Don't forget, he started P19. And as it stands, he goes past Grovey as well in the standings. Does have DRS, but the car in front, Sakuro, also have DRS. And Tainsy is someone you don't get to overtake that often. How defensive will he be? Sakuro is looking, he doesn't go for it because he wants the good exit here, which he doesn't get because Tainsy is blocking him. He does get the DRS, he is using the ERS. I don't think that is that smart because you know that you won't overtake him right here. You need to wait until the next lap. A little bit of oversteer here. Luke is just following. Luke is having the best seat in this race. On the medium tire, can Sakuro get past Tainsy? Matthijs sets the fastest lap of the race, and when I told you that Matthijs was 6 seconds behind the race leader, he now is behind Luka Jovic. He now is 4 seconds behind Luka, which means he is really quick now as Tainsy magically goes in front. But here we have the overtake from Sakuro, nice and clean. And he does get the DRS. He's using ERS again. And Tainsy will have to wait. However, Tainsy will have a little bit more ERS. Yes, okay, he doesn't. Okay, this is Sakuro. Yes, Tainsy does have a lot of ERS. He knows that Sakuro is using it. He wants to save it, which is understandable. Meanwhile, Luke is just watching. Tainsy now 3/10 behind McLaren. Will he go for it here or will he wait just like Sakuro did? For now he will wait. He will wait. Let's see if he gets a good exit here. He wants a good exit. He does get a good exit, but Sakuro is even faster out of the corner. He doesn't use any ERS. And still he doesn't get past. Meanwhile, Grovey fallen back to P14, now P12. Right off the back of Ovek, who started P2. And now is in P11, outside of the points. And the points are far away from him because Tommy is 2.3 seconds in front of him. Grovey needs the points, she knows that. She will not win the championship in this race, but it goes all the way down to the last race of the season. We're gonna look with Tainsy. He's waiting for that good exit out of this corner, because this corner is important. He doesn't use the ERS, which means he's not going for an overtake yet. There is a yellow flag in sector 3. Again, a Haas. Is that Hardy again? It is Hardy again. Seems like he slipped into the pit lane where he wants to be, so that is nice. Yellow flag again. That is Hardy who retire from this race. Tansy again, so close to Sakuro. Needs to watch his tires as well. Can we see that? We have 14 laps on the hard compound tire as Luka Jovic is making the pit stop he needs to do. He wouldn't make it on those medium tires, and I don't think Fico will make it. And here goes Tansy into turn 3. They leave enough space to each other, but Sakuro has a much better exit out of that corner. And now Tansy has to watch his back because Luke is coming. He is watching. But if he sees something wrong, then he goes for it. And now he is very close to the back of Tansy. Luka falling back to P8 with that pit stop on the medium tires right now. Question is, what is Fico gonna do? Is he respond to that? Is he going inside of the pits? He's now in sector 2. As we watch Luke getting closer and closer, I think maybe Luke will overtake Tansy quicker than Tansy would overtake Sakuro. I think Luke is done with this fight. He just wants that position of both of them. And he gets a better exit here. But Tansy does as well. And Tansy goes around the outside of Sakuro and takes P4 again. Wow. What an overtake. These three are racing like it's just a game. Oh, it's a game. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like Fico is going into the pit lane anytime soon. He's just driving around, doing his own thing. He knows what to do. Enough ERS left. 31%. But Luka is taking the fastest lap of the race and will soon join the group with Luke, Tansy and Sakuro, who are now very close to each other. So close that Tansy must defend from the McLaren. And Luke goes around the outside of Sakuro and is in front of Sakuro. Sakuro now back to P6 as we have a yellow flag for Wagdy, who is into turn 1, who spun around. Tansy now thinks, okay, now I'm done with you all. Now I'm going. Because the hard compound tire is working right now as Luke is taking his place. It seemed like Tansy gave back that position. I'm not sure what happened. What I am sure about is that Fico is now leaving the pit lane on the soft compound tire with 2 seconds behind. He is not afraid of anything. As Oskan pits as well for the soft tire. Now, Luke in front of Tansy. But Tansy is not getting him back here. More likely, Tansy must now look back in his mirrors because he's losing time to Luke, it seems like. The other Luke, the Luke with an A, Luka, is joining the chat. Joining the 4 people. And while we didn't pay attention to Matthijs that much, he is now 1.4 seconds in front of Luke. As we see that Dan Edvin receives a time penalty, which can cost him. Luka Is he going to try it here into turn 1? Well, why not, you would say. Of course he goes into turn 1 and takes P6, but Sakura wants to take that place back, obviously. They both have DRS, so no one is in an advantage. It's a drag race high up the hill. Sakura wants to go around the outside. Lucas says, no you don't. I am the boss here. This is my track. And I decide what we're going to do here. His next target will be Tainsy. And Luke is slowly catching the Ferrari, or the Alpine I mean, of Matthijs. He will get the DRS soon enough. We have 9 laps of racing left. And where will Luca end up? On board with the Canadian. He made a wild gamble, but it pays out. He now takes P5 very easily from Tainsy. He is on fresher rubber. Now off to Luke, who doesn't have any energy left. As you see the red light blinking. Up the hill we go, and Luca goes deep. Will not get a good exit here, or will he? Well, not great, but good enough. Can he take Luke right here? He doesn't have any ERS. He even slows down. He says, okay, you are faster. You can go. As Lucas sets off to P2 on those fresh medium compound tire. Which should not be the hardest thing to do. But that is not his goal. It is not the goal to catch Matthijs. It is the goal to catch Fico, but that goal will be impossible. But it's Formula 1, nothing is impossible. To finish first have to finish. And if we look a little bit back, then we see that Ofek and Grovey found their way back into the top 10. Which means that Grovey is now P9, still behind Luke. So for the championship, this is not really good. Ofek, who had a brilliant start in that turn 1, but then lost it. Went a little bit too deep and Luca could catch him again. And then he made a mistake. We didn't really see what happened. Meanwhile, Luca is in DRS of Matthijs. We know that he will beat him. The question is, in what corner will he do it? In what corner will he make that over? Oh, this is, again, a brilliant camera angle. Not really sure that it is. Four tenths up, but received a time penalty. We didn't catch that. Can he make the overtake right here? Down the hill we go. It's a difficult corner. You need to turn your wheel driving down, which means you don't have a lot of grip. And the braking point is, well, it's a difficult angle. Let's phrase it that way. 3 tenths now between Luca and Matthijs. He's getting that DRS, but he will not do it into turn 1. They never do. Because here we get another DRS. And now he gets a good exit. He does not use any ERS, but it doesn't seem like Matthijs is using as well. Here he goes then. Down into turn 3 he goes. Down the inside. Nice and clean, and Matthijs knows it. He knows he is seen. He gets the DRS, but Luca is just too quick. And now he needs to clear off his penalty. And the question is, how much is his time penalty? Can we see that? Okay, he has a 3-second penalty, which means that he needs to get 3 seconds out of Matthijs, which is possible because he is on a medium tire. Like I said, nothing is impossible. Let's remove that. That. Charles Leclerc, the whole race, I have seen nothing else than that red light flickering on the back of his car. But now he gets a good exit. And Tainsy knows it. Tainsy is not going to defend that one. Charles Leclerc is passing him, or is he? Tainsy sticks it around the outside, and oh, Charles almost loses the car, but he will get the DRS here. This is too short. He doesn't have any ERS. He's not going to take the gamble of the dive bomb, of course not. Would end in tears. Four laps to go. Grovey P9, Luke P4, which means that Luke is will be the new leader in the championship, as Charles Leclerc is looking down this corner. He is quicker on that medium tire, but Tainsy, Minister of Defense. Here he gets the DRS. Will he try it here? Yes, he will. Which means that Tainsy will probably get the DRS into the next straight, which is smart from Tainsy, as Charles almost loses the car. Went a little bit too deep. And behind we have Ovek passing Zakuro as well with DRS. Doesn't have ERS anymore. Zakuro is seen. But back to Tainsy. Tainsy doesn't have the DRS. He is overtaken again by Charles, as it seems. As I said, that Grovey was closing in. He is P10 now, which means something has happened between Dan Edwin and Grovey. It's not the best race for Grovey. How much we would have wanted it differently. Tainsy now 1 second behind of Charles. Doesn't have any ERS left. And Matthijs within 7/10 of Luca. Which means he will get P2 when a car of Plum went very slow there, causing a yellow flag, and Grovey is past Dan Edwin because Dan Edwin has made a mistake. Something has happened between those two, and the McLarens P8 and P9. Then Ovek, who has a time penalty, probably of 3 seconds. He can still catch Tainsy if he wants, also on the hard compound tire. He will get the DRS. It seems like Tainsy is giving up. His tires are gone. His DRS is gone. We wanted to see the time penalty Ovek has. It's 6 seconds. And Tainsy thinks, well, you have 6 seconds. I can stick behind you. No worries, I will get that P6. Shouldn't be that difficult. And he is right. However, Luke already has that P4, but he wants it on track. As a driver, you always want that place. You don't want it because the other one has a time penalty. You want it because you're better than him. And P4 for Luke from all the way down to the grid. P19. As we have again a yellow flag. And is that Sakuro who spun round? They touched with Grovey together. And Sakuro is back out the points. Something that the McLarens did. Oh, and okay, now it's truly gone. His tires are overheating. And he needs to be slow. Something has happened between them. The McLarens have touched. And Sakuro is out of the points. He tried so hard. As Tainzy and Ovek are wheel to wheel. Tainzy wants that position on track. They both don't have ERS yet. You can't go around the outside here. It's way too dangerous. You can make the switch back here, but Tainzy doesn't do that. And he knows in any way he gets that P6. He doesn't need to do this. And it's the last lap of the race, which means Fico is finished in first place. And Luca, with 10 seconds behind Fico, will finish P3 because he has a time penalty. P2, we have Matthijs. What a brilliant drive from him as well. Luke crosses the line in front of Charles, who crosses the line at P6. Grovey, who is P7, ahead of Ovek. She made use of the time penalty Ovek had and got the job done. P7 for Grovey, P4 for Luke, which means we go to the last race with this championship. Also with the championship of the teams. This is not over yet. What a race this has been. Waiting for Ben Dixon to cross the line. Which he does. In P14. But the winner, the Grand Prix of Austria, is Fico. And what a brilliant drive from him. 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. He is in another league. Oh, he takes his steering wheel with him. Yeah, you can do that. And now the steering wheel is gone. Very realistic. Takes the trophy. And yeah, basically we have a 1-2 for the Dutch guys. 1-2 for the Netherlands. What a drive this has been. This has been a crazy day with rain, with drama, with a clearing weather, which is very nice. Going back to the lobby. Let's see if we can get some reactions from the drivers. They're still on the podium, so I don't expect them to be here quick. However, they should be. What a great drive from all of these fantastic drivers. We're waiting for the drivers to get in the room as we can interview them. Well, a lot has happened during the race. We wanted some interviews. Doesn't seem like they're ready yet. As we have one driver lined up here. Here we have Luca waiting in the room, who's gonna talk us through
Hello.
the race.
Hello, Luca.
Hello. All right, we're just gonna need. I'm gonna need Flacco. I think we're gonna go. Yeah. Third, second, first depends on if Mateus shows up. All right. You can't talk. Oh wait, hold on. Let me just tune into the stream and then should.
So for
I should
some
get the
reason,
questions. It might just be a bit delayed, but.
for some reason they can't hear me.
Okay with you.
I will ask them a reaction.
I'm sorry, I would like to interrupt, but Eddie, can you send me the footage, please, so I can edit?
All right. Cool. Ask questions.
Yeah. So they can't hear me. What we're gonna do is we end the stream here. I liked it. Next race we will make sure that we have the drivers lined up to have an interview here. Next week, same time, 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Central Eastern time. I wish you all a happy night. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.